2021, nearly 1.9 million people were diagnosed with cancer. Cancer is a disease that can happen anywhere in the body and begins at a cellular level. But how does cancer happen?
All cancer cells begin on a molecular level, when DNA becomes mutated and normal cells become carcinogenic, or cancer cells.
Typically, when DNA is damaged in a cell, the cell is able to pause the process of cell division and try to repair the DNA. If the DNA repair isn't successful, the cell can initiate apoptosis, which is kind of like a cellular self-destruct.
In the case of carcinogenic cells, the cell is unable to repair itself or undergo apoptosis, allowing the cancer cells to proliferate. This causes a tumor, a harmful mass of cells with mutated DNA.
A crucial protein in preventing tumors is the P21 protein, which pauses the cell cycle. P21 inhibits a complex created by two proteins, cyclin and cyclin-dependent kinase. This complex activates proteins necessary to complete the cell cycle, and P21 inhibits this complex so damaged cells can't replicate their DNA. P21 protein is produced by the P53 protein, which also produces other proteins that can repair the DNA damage or initiate apoptosis. P53 is made of 4 chains with a tetramerization domain at the center which connects them. Each chain combined to the DNA then specifically targets the CDKM1A gene, which encodes P21. The P53 then uses RNA polymerase II to transcribe the gene to mRNA and creates P21. After P21 inhibits the cell cycle, P53 can either repair the DNA damage or begin apoptosis, ensuring that the damaged DNA does not spread.
P53 is not always successful. Cancer can be caused by a mutation in the TP53 gene, which codes for P53. This leaves P53 unable to bind to DNA and produce P21. Without P21, the cell with the damaged DNA can replicate and cause a tumor.
DNA means cancer cells do not correctly undergo apoptosis when they need to. Now, while this could be caused by a fluke in the immune system, the environment, individual lifestyle, and genetics can all contribute to the risk of getting cancer. For example, certain infections like HPV are connected to cancer, as are cigarette smoking and tobacco use, and radiation exposure. The list goes on. Personal lifestyle factors like your weight, amount of physical activity, any diseases you may have, like diabetes, and your family's genetic history could also affect your chances of getting cancer. While there are so many risk factors, treatment such as chemo prevention, which is using medicines or substances to reduce the risk of cancer or stop it from returning, is also an option in reducing the risk of this dragon we call cancer.